Hi everyone, I really hope everything is okay. And if everything is not okay, let's try to make it happen. Because at the end of the day, we have no choice, right? Do we? So, in this particular video, I'm going to be talking about fibers. Fibers are a portion of plant-based food that can be or not digested or absorbed by our intestinal system, by our intestine. They are not absorbed or digested. We have two types of fibers. We have soluble and insoluble. But before going any further, I will tell you something. The main difference between digestible starch, right, and non-digestible fibers, it is between the adjoint sugar unit in one another. What I mean by that? Let's say, for instance, starch, digestible starch, let's say sweet potato, and non-digestible fiber, broccoli. The difference is that sweet potato has much more sugar than broccoli, and that's the difference, That's where the difference is all about, in the sugar unit between them. Okay, just in a very simple way to say. As I always say, this is not, this is no a nutrition exam. Just making a video that can be informative for all of you guys, and and sharing with you guys one of my passions when it comes to nutrition, fitness, dance. So they are one of my passions, and I would like to share it with you all. Hopefully it can be informative and why not helpful for many of you out there. That being said, let's keep on going. Do not go anywhere. Where are you going? Stay here with me. So, fibers, as I was saying, we have two types, right? Let's start talking about soluble one. These friends are gonna be dissolved in water because they are soluble, right? But the benefit of them, they have many benefits. I might not tell you all the benefits, but definitely I will tell you one of the most important benefits that you should know if you didn't know. These friends will absorb water. They attract water. And that's very beneficial for our health, because they're going to delay the absorption of carbohydrates, and as a result of that, they will help to regulate the glycemic level in our blood, as well as regulate the high bad cholesterol. If you guys don't know, I'm sure that many of you know what I'm going to say, but not everybody should know that. We have two types of cholesterol, right? We have the good one and the bad one. Basically, the good one, it is called high density lipoprotein. And the bad one, it is called a low density lipoprotein. The consumption of fibers will regulate the bad cholesterol in our blood. And I'm taking advantage of it, and I'm gonna keep talking about just a little bit cholesterol, and then I'm gonna just keep talking about fibers. Cholesterol, the bad one, the bad ones, plural or singular, it doesn't matter, they will be transported to our cells, organs, and tissues. And on the way, they will create plaques in our artery walls. And obviously that's not good for our health, because that will hinder the proper circulation of blood. And if you don't have a good circulation of blood, obviously you're gonna be lack of oxygen. And you know what happens when you are lack of oxygen. You're gonna be accelerating the oxidation process, and we definitely don't want that, do we? So when it comes to the good one, the good cholesterol, they're going to do the opposite, but I will explain. These friends, they're the ones that are left in the blood and tissues. So our body will take them back to the liver, but on their way, right, they're gonna be cleaning all the plaques created for the bad cholesterol. You know, they're gonna be getting rid of that until they get to our liver, right? Once they get to our liver, they're gonna be destroyed or immediately used for energy, for ATP, instead of being stored as fat. You see, fibers do that. Let's go back to the main point, which is fibers. But I just wanted to say that to explain, because many people shouldn't know when I say, oh, good cholesterol, bad cholesterol, but they really don't know how it works. But with my simple explanation, you know. Let's keep on going. Don't go anywhere. You know who you have to say now. Say with me. Oh, good. So obviously a fiber will attract water. They're going to delay the absorption of carbohydrates that regulate, as I said, the cholesterol, the glycemic level, as well as they will reduce the insulin resistance, right? And that's very good news for those with diabetes, with coronary and heart issues. Good sources of soluble fibers: fruits, right? Vegetable, grain, and nuts. For example, a good source of grain will be oat. Oat, very good one, especially for breakfast, because the fibers, and they have a lot of minerals and vitamins, they will make you feel full for longer, because fibers are very satiety, you know, and that's very good news, because that will stop you from craving for food, especially for sugary drinks, for sugary and starchy, empty calories that just have sugar and artificial sweeteners and stuff like that. They are lack of nutrients. So when you have a proper consumption of fibers, you're gonna feel full for longer. And that's why it's one of the reasons that you're going to regulate your sugar level, your cholesterol level, and that's very good for your heart. That also decreases inflammation, right? That will reduce the risk of constipation, right? Good sources, as I said, apples. Apple contain both fibers, soluble and insoluble. Pear, berries, right? Nuts. Go for almond, cashew, pistachio, hazelnut. They are very good because I'm telling you, the one that they are not high in omega-6. As I said before, omega-6 can increase your inflammation. So you gotta be mindful when it comes to nuts. But those ones that I said to you, they are not only, especially nuts, most of them are very low in sugar. In the glycemic index and glycemic load are very, in general terms, are low. Before going any further, now that I said it, I will explain what I mean by glycemic index and glycemic load. Glycemic index is, right, how fast the carbohydrate that we eat, that we consume, elevate our sugar level. And glycemic load is how much sugar has one portion of carbohydrates. For instance, lemon, watermelon. This friends, it has a high glycemic index. They really elevate, they spike the glycemic in our blood. However, because they have a lot of fibers and water, its glycemic load is very low. So a good way to add a lemon, obviously lemon is as well one of the best fruit, in this case citric fruit that you can go for, and I will explain. So watermelon, because it has a lot of water and a lot of fiber, you add lemon with a watermelon, and with delay will lower the glycemic level, and that will be very beneficial. Apart from the fact that melon and turmeric, lemon, ginger, all of them, they are basically a natural Viagra. They will really help with your friend down there. That's for sure. Can guarantee you that. Obviously, it's not gonna work like let's say like a Viagra that you take it, and no, you have to be systematically. But if you do systematically, it will really help in men dysfunction, erection dysfunction. Sorry, you know what I'm talking about. So let's go back to the main point. Another a good source of fibers, as I was explaining, citrus, grapefruit, lemon. They are not only great in fibers, also great in vitamins and minerals, especially vitamin C. Right? They contain a lot of phytonutrients that act as antioxidants in our organism, and it's very important to get this type of food that with those antioxidant phytonutrients, because they will be killing the harmful free radicals The free radicals, they are oxygen molecule that they tend to be alone because they lose, let's put it like that, they lose their girlfriend, they are by themselves, and they start killing and stealing other oxygen molecule. Basically free radical damage body tissues. And with all this situation going on created by the free radicals, because they are all over the place, they are they're angry and they start doing the damage or damages in plural. Not only that, accelerate our oxidation process, because less oxygen, what happened. And also our skin will be affected by that, and that's when the rain called the lines and flabby skin and problems a bit. We are going to get older, but we don't have to accelerate that process. Far from it. If anything, we have to delay that process. And one of the good things to do so is by our nutrition, and in this particular case with the consumption of fibers. At the end, I will tell you how much a fiber you should consume, because everything too much is bad. Yeah, there will be a very good choices when it comes to soluble fibers, but soluble and insoluble, they are almost the same, but just want to divide it into. Now let's go for insoluble one. Insoluble fibers, right? By the way, soluble fibers, they also will, because as I said before, fiber doesn't they don't pass to our bloodstream, because they are not absorbed by our intestine, right? Yeah, they will be strengthening our intestine muscle, because of the less activity in the artery walls. See, they won't be damaged at all. Our flora intestinal system won't be damaged by the fibers, because the food once they get to the stomach, they go through the intestinal system, to the small intestine, to the large intestine, and they should go to the liver. But the fiber don't go to the liver, they go straight to the defecation system, to the colon, and then to the anus, where obviously, so I just don't want to talk about it, because we all know that. As they don't pass the blood, they won't create any damage in the artery walls. Another thing that it comes to fibers, especially the sources that you get fibers, most of them are rich in vitamin C. Vitamin C is obviously good for our immune system, antioxidants, many benefits. But one of the benefits that I want to point out is that, because talking about the artery walls and this and that, right? Well, vitamin C will strengthen, will make our artery walls more flexible, because our artery walls, our arteries are made of collagen, right? And the vitamin C will make them more flexible, better, because let's say for example, a man that is too strong, but if that man is not flexible, functionable, so to speak, see, it's gonna be like a robot. They can't even move very well. So Once your artery walls are more flexible, that's gonna be much better. And vitamin C, it strengthens your arteries. See, one thing has to do with the other. So, fibers, insoluble fibers. These friends, they are not dissolved in water. And obviously, you know from the very beginning, at the beginning of the video, that they are not either absorbed or digested by our intestinal system. They will accelerate the speed of gas transit. They will help our food go through the intestinal system much better. They also will help with reducing constipation. You know, they will increase the size of our stool, which is very beneficial because they're gonna be picking up more waste in our intestinal system. And those type of things are very beneficial when it comes to health and for the general well-being, really. Good sources of them from fruit, vegetable, and grain. Quinoa, apple, pear, berries, so I contain both avocado, and these beneficial fruits and vegetable. Obviously, vegetable are rich in fibers. It doesn't have to be green vegetable, because carrot is not green and it's a vegetable, right? And has a lot of benefits when it comes to health. So, healthy vegetable. Most of the vegetable are healthy, and just go for them. Just to have an idea, 1 gram of, say, lettuce, a cabbage, another good source of fibers. Should go for that. Low in calories, rich in vitamins and minerals. You know, cabbage is one of the vegetables that you should go for. Onions, garlic is very, very good, especially in the morning when with your empty stomach. That very, very good. It has a lot of benefits that I'm not going to be talking about that in particular, but in another video I will be going in depth when it comes to the benefit of garlic, but not on today's video. This video is about fibers. So, very simple, you know, I try to make it simple so everybody can understand what I'm trying to say. And then you should go for food containing fibers. How much fibers you should consume? Anything from 30 to 45 grams per day would be very beneficial. But I will tell you something that you should take into consideration when it comes to fibers. Let's say that you consume 30 grams of fiber. Most of them, the total intake of fiber shouldn't be from grain, food, or fruit. Why? Because they are linked to increase our belly fat, so to speak. You know, they increase our adipose tissue in our abdominal cavity. You know, I'm not saying that you don't eat a fruit, because no, you should eat fruit as well. You should eat a healthy source of a grain, a whole grain. But most of them shouldn't be from grain. It should be from vegetables, because from grain and fruit are linked to increase your belly fat, and you don't want that. But obviously eat fruit. For example, you can eat fruit 1-2 a day will be okay. Same thing as a whole grain healthy food should be okay, but just be mindful when it comes to that. Most of the intake when it comes to fiber should be from vegetable, you know, and less percent from grain and fruit, especially from grain. You know, all the cereals, you know, they have fiber, but definitely they increase your inflammation. I have been taking my body as a laboratory, you know, and definitely after 1 week eating cereals, definitely you see the inflammation on your face, on your body, you know, and you want lean muscle, you know, and lose your extra belly fat. And then yeah, hopefully you have a better idea when it comes to fibers, dietary fibers, because they are another type of fiber, but I'm talking about dietary fibers. Okay, as I always say, I really hope it's been informative, helpful, and then if you like what I do, you know what you should do. You know, oh, thank you for that. Thank you for subscribing. I do appreciate it. Thank you. Hopefully most people do the same, just like you have done. Oh, you subscribe as well. Oh, good. You see, 2 more subscribers. Good. Very soon I'm gonna be on my salsa lessons. If you like salsa, the Cuban and LA style, I am one of the instructors that can teach you on that from the very beginning. I'm going to start from totally beginner, intermediate, until advanced. But from beginner. If you don't have a partner, don't worry. We're gonna do it on our own. You will see that it's gonna be fun. Once you get your partner on your dancing floor, you're gonna be your improvement, and obviously your dancing partner will see as well, and you will be enjoying more. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you for that. And you give it a like. Oh, that's even better. You see, that's what I'm talking about. Keep happy, keep fit, and I'll see you guys later.